I have a Cummins Onan Standby Propane generator 20 kW, 20 GSBB 6713D Spec D, SNF 150839735. I'm at 4,500 feet and it is hot, so I'm losing about 27%. I put over 1,000 hours in the past 2 years on it, being off-grid. It goes on overload at 8 or 9 kW. But after having fixed a broken exhaust, changed the oil, monthly, the oil filter, yearly, the air filter, yearly, and finally the spark plugs, I'm now getting fault code 45, speed sense fault. I took the generator to Tucson and had the magnetic speed sensor replaced, but the technician says the issue is the propane flow, not the generator. Worked fine at his place. Had a plumber come and check the gas flow. It's okay. Generator still failing to start 75% of the time. Nobody can actually tell me how to regulate the air/gas flow. Is it the issue? How can I control it?
Do you have fuel in the tank? If so, is the shut-off valve open and the fuel clean?
All that okay. Next question.
Do you plan on doing the work yourself?
Not really a choice where I live. Unfortunately, it is cheaper to buy a new generator than to have a technician coming here, if I can find one that agree to come here, and I'm not kidding.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
I have been working on this problem since April, and have consulted many individuals, with many different approach, but none worked. Now my real question is, why is the generator working, even if 25% of the time? When it run fine. It just doesn't start every time.
Hello, my name is. I am going to try and assist you with this. I am a bit concerned about the technician who told you he changed the magnetic pickup unit on your genset. Was he a certified Onan tech? The GSBB does not have an MPU. It gets its speed sense from the frequency reading of an auxiliary winding in the stator. A code 45 is set when the frequency reading drops to 0 Hz for 1 second. This can be caused by a number of things. A bad winding in the stator, a slipping drive system, or bad connections would be the most likely. But a fuel issue should not set this code. Even just during cranking, the unit should have a frequency reading high enough to not set this code. I am wondering if the code 45 is not just an old code, and the no-stat issue is actually fuel-related. If so, this could be a regulator problem. The demand regulator in the genset is very reliable, but it can go bad. A vacuum leak in the engine could also cause this to happen.
First, sorry, I called it a magnetic thing, but it is actually 2 pieces of carbon that are pressed onto the rotor to pick the speed. I told the mechanic to change them as they were down to almost nothing. It didn't change anything to the issue, by the way. The issue started exactly after changing the spark plugs. I'm now at the 3rd round of spark plugs. I change them every month when I change the oil. Yesterday the generator didn't want to start. Today it started at the first crank. Difference, there was a storm yesterday, and it is warmer and calmer today.
There are no pieces of carbon that sense speed. Are you referring to the 2 brushes, the graphite pieces that sit in a ceramic holder? If so, those are the brushes. They are part of the voltage regulation system. They have nothing to do with speed sense. As I said earlier, speed sense is determined by the controller reading the frequency of a special winding in the stator. Changing spark plugs monthly is extreme overkill. You are just throwing money away. And it only needs the oil changed at the specified intervals in your operator manual, which is 100 hours or yearly. Let's try something here. Start the genset. After running for 20 or 30 seconds, go to the oil switch. It is the small device screwed into the oil filter adapter, and has a single wire connected to it. Simply pull the wire off the switch. This should make the genset shut down, and start flashing a different code. What code is it flashing? Do not try to restart the genset at all, until I tell you to.
I'll try tomorrow if I have time. Can I send you a picture of what I think you're referring to sometimes tomorrow? Just so I just don't start unplugging just any wires.
Yes, but you can easily tell the oil switch wire. It will be labeled S7, and will be the only wire at the base of the oil filter.
I won't have time today, but I'll try tomorrow. Is it the red wire on the attached picture?
Yes. But that wire is white, just like all wires in an Onan genset. Only the connector is red.
I won't have time today again, but I'll try tomorrow morning. Stay tuned, smile.
Okie dokie.
Hank, I started the generator and after 30 seconds I disconnected the white wire with the red connector as you suggested and nothing happened. The generator kept on going. I waited a couple of minutes and stopped the generator and reconnected the wire. Note: in order to start the generator if it keeps failing with fault 45, I shut the gas, put the generator on start, and while it is cranking, reopen the gas and it starts. It's probably not good, but it works every time. The propane gas guy suggested that with the altitude and the heat, I don't have enough oxygen. So by deprivating the mixture of gas, I re-equilibrate the gas/oxygen mix. When it is running fine. It just has a hard time to start. Is there a way to regulate how air/gas comes in and in which proportion? The Collier I had before had an adjustment for altitude, but I didn't find anything about this Cummins Onan except that I'll lose efficiency with altitude.
There are no adjustments for the fuel/air mixture. It is automatically done by the demand regulator, according to atmospheric pressure.
What's the next step?
The first thing I would do here is to check the valve lash. Make sure the valves are properly set. If they are too loose, the engine is not drawing enough vacuum. All valves should be set to 0.005. Check the hose between the demand regulator and mixer for wear/holes. If that does not find anything, the next step would be to rebuild/replace the demand regulator. Was this what you wanted to know?
Hank, sorry I was busy with the vineyard. You can help me by telling me where the valves are and what they look like. I have read that they get loose sometimes. Because I don't know what they are, it is difficult to visualize them. Then there's no way I can measure the 0.005. I don't have any tool of that sort. Again, if I know what the valves are, I can probably tell if they are loose or not. I did check the hoses and no holes, no leak. This being said, I won't have time to play with the generator before Friday because of the harvest. I'm done with the irrigation, so the generator is no longer the priority.
The valves are under the valve covers, the metal covers at the top of the cylinders. Do not even attempt to just eyeball the valves. If you don't have the proper tools, don't try. You can end up seriously damaging the engine. Valves must be set with a feeler gauge.
Okay. Thank you for the warning. So what are my options here?
You can buy a feeler gauge and adjust the valves yourself, or you will have to have someone come out to do it.
How much is a feeler gauge and where can I find one?
About $10 at an auto parts store.
Hank, I finally got to open the valve cover and check the valves with a .005 feeler gauge. Didn't go past. The .0012 almost did. So it seems that the valves are too tight. How do I loosen them? Did I get it right? There are a double screw on top and a single one in the middle.
I have uploaded the valve adjustment procedure for you. Click here to download it.
I tried, but it is not conclusive. It is actually worse than before. This being said, I didn't understand the first steps, so I skipped it. What does it mean set number 1 cylinder at 1/4 past TDC, compression stroke? Or should I ask, how do you make it happen? The 1/4 of an inch.
You never skip a step. That is a good way to break engine parts. The piston has to be 1/4 of an inch past TDC to adjust valves. To get 1/4 of an inch past TDC, remove the spark plug. Insert a long probe into the cylinder, until IIT touches the piston. Slowly turn the engine in the normal direction of rotation until the piston is at TDC. Then keep turning until the piston has retracted into the cylinder 1/4 of an inch.
Okay. What is TDC? What does it mean? And how do I know I'm at TDC?
TDC is top dead center. It is when the piston is at the very top of its stroke. The valves must be set at TDC on the compression stroke.
Okay, starting to make sense. Questions: which one of the two cylinders is N number 1? The one in the back, or the one facing me? Then, how to measure 1/4 of an inch? Using a marking on the probe in the spark plug hole, 1/4 of an inch from a marking when at TDC on the probe. Hank, I set to TDC plus 1/4 of an inch the cylinder I was working on, then moved to the second one and did the exact same thing, rotate engine until TDC plus 1/4 of an inch. Right now the generator is starting on the dot. I'll keep testing over the weekend before I call it good, but so far, it is promising. So stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you for using JustAnswer, and please take a moment to rate my assistance.
Hank, I'll do it on Monday if the generator is still working. Thank you for your patience, but I learn a lot. Now the grapes are harvested, fermented, and the wine is in barrels, plus the generator is working, I can finally sleep. It has been a hard 4 months. Eric.
Okay. Is everything still working good?
Still working good.
Awesome.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.